So let's start with AB5. This is the worker status of independent contractor versus employee. Some of you may have done a little reading on the Dynamex operations lawsuit versus Superior Court. So we've known that about this ABC test for a while. It makes it really difficult for you to have a contract with an independent contractor. I've had several clients who have hired people that they say, well, these people are employees and these people are independent contractors. And I say, well, what's the difference in what they do? Oh, they do the same thing, but these people don't want to be employees. They want to pay their own taxes. And that's problematic. That was already problematic. But now with this decision, the ABC test, that will be really impossible to comply with. So with the ABC test, this isn't an either or. For someone to be an independent contractor, they have to meet all three of these requirements. So the worker has to be free from, and important here, the control and direction of the hiring entity. So we'll just say the employer, in connection with the performance of the work. So that's both under the contract for the performance of the work. And in addition to that, the worker has to perform work that is outside the usual course of the employer's business. And then the worker is customarily engaged in an independently established trade, occupation, or business of the same nature as the work that they're performing for the hiring entity. So again, your independent contractor, if you have some, they will have to meet all three of these provisions on this ABC test. This will apply retroactively to the California Industrial Welfare Commission wage orders. Those are the orders that you should have posted with your state and federal employment posters. And it also is retroactive to the Labor Code and the Unemployment Insurance Code. Now, effective July 1st, this ABC test will apply for the purposes of workers' compensation. Penalties, if you have people in these, that should be employees versus an independent contractor, and you continue to keep them in that classification, if that would be a willful violation, it could cost you $5,000 to $10,000 per person, and then there are higher penalties if an employer shows a pattern of violating this ABC test. So one of the I say note here, but really should say warning, because if you have someone that you change from an independent contractor to an employee, you may have to address the issue of them saying, well, what about all the overtime that I worked when I was an independent contractor? Or what about the breaks and the meal periods that I didn't get while I was an independent contractor, while I was misclassified as such? So I can see the plaintiff attorneys maybe having a field day with this if they find out that someone was an independent contractor and switched to an employee, and this could be problematic. So just be really aware that at least moving forward, you are classifying people accurately within these ABC tests.
Okay. Thank you so much, Terry, for taking the time to answer that.